What's Adam Tangata going to bring to you, Chris?
I just think a real toughness to the team. We've watched Adam quite a lot over the last couple of years. We nearly signed him 12 months or 18 months ago, and then when the option came, or when we got a phone call last week to bring him in, I kind of jumped at the chance. We were hopeful that we could have bring him in for last week's game, but for one reason or another that didn't happen. But I just think he's probably something that we've been lacking in the middle of the park. Just somebody that's got a bit of whack in him, a bit of toughness, a bit of aggression, and hoping he can improve the middle of the park for us, because we've been getting beaten up a little bit over the last 4 or 5 weeks in the middle, and when you look at the stats, the metres that we've made around the middle of the field, we've been out muscled, and I'm hopeful with Adam he can bring like I said, a toughness, and he's pretty direct as well with everything that he does. So I think it's a great fit. I think it's a really good fit for us. I think Keegan will be a great fit for Halifax. We all wish Keegan well. He were obviously off contract at the end of the year, and I think there were willingness from Halifax. Last night, I think it was 6 o'clock last night, and I got a phone call from Michael. Would you let Keegan Hurst go if we brought Adam Tangata in? And while we didn't want to lose any more players, we also didn't want to stand in the way of Keegan of getting a deal elsewhere. So I think it was becoming more and more likely that Keegan would leave at the end of the year. So it just gives me an opportunity to have a look at Adam over the next 5 weeks, and also give Adam an opportunity to look at us and see if he likes what he sees. And I know obviously Keegan, it's change is as good as the rest, and I wish Keegan well. You can't speak highly enough of him. I think he's been a great signing for us. He's played a lot of games for this rugby side, and I just felt, and I think Keegan felt it as well, that the time was right for a move.
Yeah, so Keegan's not likely to be. He's not going to be offered a deal for next year then.
No, he won't be offered a deal here. But I think that's the reason why we wanted to try and get him out somewhere, just so he can explore his options. He's got quite a few options as Keegan. So we weren't going to stand in his way, and we couldn't guarantee him regular first team footy over the next 4 or 5 weeks. So to bring Adam in, I think it'll work well for both teams.
Yeah, could Adam play? Presumably he's in for him to play on Sunday.
He'll play this week. Yeah, Adam will play, and Morgan Escaré will play this week. And Chris Green can't play because he's obviously against his old club. They don't want him playing, which we totally get. So there'll be 2 players there that come into me 17. They'll both definitely play. Morgan's been fantastic in training. He's the quickest player I've ever seen, and I'm looking forward to seeing him out there on the field. Whether he starts at the wing or starts at full back, I'm not too sure yet. But it just gives me some options.
Freshen the squad up then as well, and I think you said the other week you needed to be able to say to players if they're not playing well, you're not going to be in the side, and
yeah,
give you that.
And you'll see that with the 19 that we announced this week. We've not been able to do that. We've always been able to do is just pick the same players week in, week out. And we've had 29 out there training with I think 5 of the under-19s as well. It's the first time in I think about 6 weeks that we've been able to do any kind of 13 on 13. You just tell with the difference in training, the intensity that we've had in training has gone up tenfold. So I'm pretty excited about this weekend, and it was important that we brought some bodies into the club to freshen everything up, and like I said, just give me a couple more headaches, and I'm looking forward to seeing all 3 of those players, and I'm pretty sure that all 3 of those players will improve our team.
Hold that this week. What challenge do they pose for you?
We've put a big emphasis on their back 5. I think that's where the threat is. I've been really impressed with both wingers this year. I think Ratu on the right wing and Farimo on the left are real strong carriers of the ball, and they've got Jake what they call Josh Griffin and Tugavave in the centres that are playing really well as well, and some steady halves. So I think the key focus for us has been trying to manage those backfield runs from those big guys. You can kind of negate the metres in yardage, then they're relying then on the Scott Taylors and Mickey Payes of this world to get them out of trouble. So it's important this week we do a really good job. I think his kicking game's got to improve this week from what we dished up against St Helens, we've got to make sure we do a really good job players 1, 2 and 3. If we do that against those two big wingers and the centres, then that goes a long way of winning the game. Having said that, they've got some quality all across the park, but we've had a big focus this week on making sure we finish our sets well and turning the ball over and certain areas where we're going to kick the ball to try and negate their back three, making the metres down the field. So it's easy talking about in training, but doing it on the weekends is two different things, aren't they? So the proof is in the pudding.
No Chris Green this week, but what do you hope he adds to the squad in the next 4 games?
Well, just a physicality really, and like I said earlier there, we've been getting beaten up in games, and you only have to look at that, and this is not being me overcritical of the pack. We've had some good honest chats over the last couple of weeks. Over the last 4 weeks, we've not beaten an opposition pack in terms of meterage, and that's not been like us. We've certainly the start of the season, we were averaging I think 1,400 metres per game. Over the last couple of weeks, we've barely made 1,000, and that hurts us. And the middles have got to take a bit of responsibility there, and as do the back three as well. As do the outside backs and the edges. But I just felt that certainly over the last 6-7 weeks we've been getting beaten up a little bit, and I'm hoping some of my guys are listening to this press conference and using it as motivation for the weekend.
Well, they don't look on social media. You've told them not to.
I know that they do.
Morgan Escaré coming in as well. Obviously, a very exciting player. The kind of player that gets the fans excited when you make a signing of a player who obviously is coming from the champions and a quality international player.
Yeah, he's fitted in really well, and it surprised me how good his English is. You can have a full-on conversation with Morgan. He's been great out on the field, and it's exciting to watch him. When he gets that ball out the back, any kind of 3-on-3s, he's always going to burn that third in defender and create that 3v2. So that makes it exciting offensively, and we've worked hard with him the last 2 days to with the defensive structures. There's a few differences of opinion between what we've got and what Wigan have got, and we've made a few tweaks there. But looking forward to seeing him play. Like I said, he'll definitely play. I've still not made a decision on fullback or wing at this moment in time, but I'll be a little bit more clear on Saturday morning. And
Ben Reynolds has gone the other way out. Is that the end of the transfer moves in and out of Wakefield this season?
I don't know. Never say never. I'm led to believe there's still a little bit of budget space. So we've got another 12 hours, have we, or 24 hours to go at? So we'll see what happens. It's quite exciting, really. I've been watching it on the football. I've been watching Sky Sports News and getting excited with all the football. It's like a champ manager game that we're playing at the moment, me and Michael. But yeah, it's exciting. But if I were a betting man, I think that would be pretty much us done. Joking aside, and I'm happy with the three quality players that we've brought in. But there is certainly just another iron in the fire that it's all dependent on budget and finance, I suppose. But I'm happy with the 3. If we get an extra body, then I'll be ecstatic.
Feeling relieved then, Chris, is it, this week? You feel a bit more relieved to get the players over the line, like you said?
Not relieved, feel a little bit more confident.
Yeah.
Feel a little bit more confident than anything that these players now that we brought in are going to really push the players that we've got in the squad. I think we've seen it a little bit with Chris Hannikin. He's coming to the team and added a real freshness to the team, and he's just a competitor, and you can see it in training, see it out on the pitch as well. And those three guys that we've mentioned have all trained exceptionally well today, and you know, there'll be a few players looking over the shoulders, and that's how it should be. That's what training's all about. You know, we want players pushing other players, and I just feel that because of the situation that we've had, I mean, we come back from the time off, and we had 11 guys that couldn't train until the Tuesday before the St Helens game, and you know, that's just been the story of certainly of our last 10 or 12 weeks, just physically not being able to get any bodies out on the training field. I mentioned it last week, 9v7 or 8v7. You know, what can you do with limited numbers? We've had 29 out there. We've had a full-on game for, I think, 30 minutes, 15 minutes each half, and you know, the intensity straight away lifts. And you know, having those three guys pushing your Dave Fafita's, Anthony England's, George King's, those kind of guys, you know, that keeps those guys on the toes, and that's been the biggest difference the last couple of days.
And what do you make to the run in there? Like you say, feeling confident now?
Yeah, I'm always confident. I'm a confident kind of guy. Nothing really phases me a great deal. You know, my job here is to make sure the guys are confident going into the weekend, and try and keep the pressure away from those, and let them know that they are a good side, they are a good rugby league side, and you know, things will turn. You know, I'm hoping things will turn this weekend. I've not looked too far. I couldn't tell you what the running is, to be honest, over the next 4 weeks, but I know that we've got Hull FC this weekend, and it's a big game for us, and a game that we need to win.